There's been a few topics on the website recently that I feel warrant further discussion. First of which involves antis, more accurately, what I believe our reaction to these antis should be whenever we encounter them as they attempt to silence us, because that's their main agenda. They don't want our truth to be spread. That's what they're there for. That's what they were put there for. And the first thing that comes to mind here is a video that I posted of Richard Spencer speaking at Providence College. And this particular gentleman is speaking in such a calm and peaceful tone that you would probably conclude that he's a pacifist. I'm not trying to knock him, I'm just making a point that he was that calm and peaceful. A couple of minutes in typical anti-fashion, exposing themselves, putting their hypocrisies on full display, this guy stands up, threatens this respectful speaker by telling him something to the effect of, "We know where you live," in essence, threatening him that he better shut up. Get out of here, we know where you live. And my first point to that is, my response would have simply been, you don't have to know where I live, I'm right here. I'm 10 feet away from you. So essentially I would call his bluff. I wouldn't scream and yell, I wouldn't get upset in any way at all. I'd look him dead in the eyes and let him know how serious I was. If he had as much will to stand by his cause as I have to stand by mine, then perhaps we'd go to battle right then and there. But more often than not, these people will back down. Either way, we can't be the ones backing down. So I would call his bluff, let him know that I'm here right now, that I'm not going anywhere, to follow through on his silly little threats. And I would then go on to expose the hypocrisies that he's demonstrating to the audience. And that's what I care about. I really don't care about Jews or the antis or any of these people who are against us. My position, our position, is simple: freedom and self-governance. That's all we're trying to secure. No one can argue against that. So there's no reason to scream and yell and to put on a bad show to the people that we're trying to enlighten, in essence. So these are the people who I'm always going to focus on. I'm never going to allow my emotions to get the better of me. I'm not going to allow somebody like that to get under my skin, because they could do 10 things wrong, and the minute that we respond to them, that's what they're going to say. Look, see that violent, angry, emotional person acting as if what they did, their behavior, never took place. So we have no reason to give in to them. We shouldn't give an inch, of course. If they threaten us, we stand our ground, but we should never give in to our emotions if, for whatever reason, we allow them to get under our skin. So what I would do is I would point out, well, aren't you the peaceful ones? Aren't you the ones who are here in the name of peace and brotherly love and all this other nonsense that they convince themselves that they're fighting for? Then why am I the one who's speaking calmly? Why am I the one who's sitting here, just going about my business trying to speak? And here you are screaming and yelling and getting on a bullhorn and marching in the room and disturbing this calm lecture that I'm engaging in. And again, the audience would see this for themselves. They would think, well, okay, yeah, it's true. This guy is speaking in a calm fashion. These people are here screaming and yelling, and if they go so far as to threaten you, then how obvious do they have to make it? Thank them for demonstrating who the truly violent people are. And I'm going to go ahead and read a few words from my post here to expand upon that point. While behaving like rabid dogs, engaging in such blatant hypocrisy, and openly threatening people for merely speaking in a calm and peaceful manner, how could they ever even convince themselves that they are anything but erroneous in their judgment, hypocritical in their behavior, gone or led awry with their faulty beliefs, and fighting on the wrong side of things? In other words, how can they even lie to themselves to such a colossal degree? How does a person dedicate himself to something so blindly, this cause of theirs, that he fails to recognize his own hypocrisies? These people are actually engaging in the type of behavior they project onto us. We're supposed to be the hateful, violent, irrational, ignorant monsters who are incapable of expressing empathy and who are mindlessly angry at the world, yet that is obviously not the case, even though these people will never even admit it, not even to themselves. Again, who cares what they think? Maybe one or two of them would see that their fellow antis are actually engaging in violent and irrational behavior, especially if we point that out. Maybe that will register with a couple of them. Hey, I didn't sign on for this. I'm here to fight people that are acting just like this guy next to me. Maybe I joined the wrong side here. Maybe I'm on the wrong side of things. But again, those aren't the people that we're focusing on. Most of them are hopelessly lost. They would never even admit these things to themselves. They would never even face up to their own hypocrisies or the flaws in their own argument, cause, position, whatever you want to call it. But the people who are witnessing these things, we need to respond and call them out on it. Anytime they give us an assist like that, and I say this all the time on the website, whenever a Jew tries to engage me, anything and everything that they say can and should and is very easily used against them. So if these antis come along and they engage in this very typical, predictable behavior, then we need to simply expose them and their argument for what it is. It's a bunch of nothingness. It's a bunch of hypocrisy. It's built on and based on nothing but lies. So it's very easy. Hey, again, thank you. Thank you for that assist without saying it in those words. But essentially, that's what I would be saying inside. Great. I have this guy here acting like an animal, and he's going to make my point for me. He's going to be the example that I point to. Thanks, pal. So anyways, the bottom line is these people are uncivil bullies and must be dealt with accordingly, firmly and unrelentingly. If some punk threatened me like that, I'd call his bluff right there, and I just went into that. Let me skip that part. Either way, whether they follow through on their threats or not, we simply cannot be the ones backing down. There's only one way to deal with a bully, and that's to square up and punch him straight in the mouth, figuratively or literally if they make it necessary. So we stand up to them. Again, our cause is a righteous cause. We have no reason to back down. We should never give them an inch. And if they want to take it to the next level, then so be it. We're not there for that. That's not the stage of the game that we're in, so to speak. But if they want to take it to that level, then we have the right to defend ourselves, and we should defend ourselves without giving an inch. Always remain calm, leave the theatrics to them, but never back down. It's really a simple yet necessary approach because these people have shown they are beyond reach and rationalization. So we stand firm, call them out on their bullshit, then leave them to either follow through on their threats or back down like the hypocritical cowards they are. And then I just went on to say that perhaps one or two of them could wake up along the way, but whatever. We have a cause, and that should be our only focus. Whatever or whoever stands in our way is but an obstacle to overcome. And if we make the conscious decision to stand up to any and all challenges along our path to freedom, and that's truly all it will take, a conscious decision to do so. We need to get this pacifist crap out of our system. We need to make a point to ourselves as individuals that we need to make a stand. No matter what, we're not backing down. We're not giving another inch. If they come at us, if they encroach upon us, then we'll deal with them. Then the antis and all others will crumble before us or underneath us if need be.